Well, I'm definitely leaving that in the video. Hey guys, welcome back to the Booth Customs channel. I'm Austin. So today I've got a treat for you. I'm doing a review of the Rearden FHD or flash hider device. It is both a flash hider and a suppressor host. The reason I wanted to go ahead and do a review of this, the reason why I bought this flash hider, is there's not a whole lot of information about it out on the market. You can find stuff on the forums, and every once in a while you'll find a review, but by and large, there's not a whole lot of information out there on the internet about this flash hider. I hope to change that. So, I bought it, figured I'd give it a try. Very soon I'm going to be purchasing a suppressor myself, and although I'm pretty sure I know what I'm going to get, I'm keeping my options open. And that's what this was. This was an attempt at finding an alternative to what I think I'm going to go with. But let's get into it, because this is pretty interesting. So, for starters, let me show you guys what we're dealing with here. Hopefully this focuses up. If it doesn't, well then I'll just have to add some footage of me showing you guys even more up close than what I can do from here. All right, so first things first. The Rearden FHD is a 3-prong flash hider device. It comes in multiple thread pitches, among them being 556 and 308. For 556, there is both a straight or a square shoulder and a tapered shouldered option as well. If you're using a tapered barrel like Q provides, it weighs in at 2.17 ounces. It only measures 1.7 inches long, and it's compatible with all Rearden Atlas and Q Plan B suppressor adapters, the tail cap at the end of suppressors. So I already told you guys why I got it. So let me tell you about my opinion, what I like about it. I like how small it is. It's super light. It doesn't add a whole lot to the footprint of your rifle or pistol. And it's also a very simple attachment style. Screws on, screws off. No locks, no latches, nothing too heroic, no ratchet systems. So it's kind of idiot proof, which is good for people like me. Now, what I don't like about it, and this is where I'm going to add some B-roll footage. We're going to start off with the Surefire Warcomp. Now, I did this test on both my 16-inch recce rifle and my home defense pistol. I took the 3 flash hiders that I have at my disposal, which is an A2 Birdcage, a Surefire Warcomp, and the Rearden FHD, and I put each of them on my recce rifle and on my PWS home defense pistol. Shot 5 rounds out of each rifle with each muzzle device on it, just so I could get a really good idea of what each device looks like on a short barrel on a pistol and on a standard 16-inch barrel on a rifle. Now, right now I've got the footage rolling. I'm going to do my best to freeze frame it at the end so you guys can see a master comparison of what the Warcomp looks like on the 11.8 barrel and on the 16-inch barrel, what the A2 Birdcage looks like on each of those, and what the Rearden FHD looks like on each of those as well. My overall impression is that if you are not going to put a suppressor on this host, you do not want to shoot this at night. As you can see, as you've seen on the video, as you've seen in the pictures, this creates a fireball, especially on a shorter barrel system. Is that a deal breaker? It's really not, because let's face it, unless all hell breaks loose, it doesn't really matter if you're creating a signature, because you're firing a rifle. And especially in a pistols configuration like what I have here, if I am firing this, things are bad. And I don't really care if somebody sees my position because things have gotten that bad. Just being honest. Now, for a more recce rifle setup, that might be a bit more of a problem, in which case you might want to go with a different suppressor host, unless you keep your suppressor on that rifle. I don't have any footage with a suppressor on either one of these configurations because obviously I don't have a suppressor yet. Getting there, but not there just yet. So, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. But from the testing that I did, from what you can see on the video and the pictures, this is a great host for a suppressor, but by itself it does not function very well. The tines are very short. You don't have a whole lot of length there in your prongs to break up that flash. And also when you put it on an 11.8 inch barrel, there's still a lot of unburnt powder that has to escape your barrel. Now, would I recommend it? Depends, because if you want to get a thread-on suppressor, such as one that utilizes the Rearden Atlas or Q Plan B tail cap, then yes, for sure, I would definitely recommend this. It's very, very shallow. You're definitely going to fit inside the blast chamber of the back of the suppressor without any problems, no worries about compatibility. And with the suppressor on there, you are going to take care of that flash. However, if this is going to go on a rifle or a pistol that does not stay suppressed, I would recommend another option, even if it's just an A2 Birdcage. Rearden does make an A2 Birdcage style suppressor host. Maybe go with that instead, if you think you're going to use your rifle or pistol in a configuration without the suppressor. Now, that's my own personal opinion. You might care more than I do. You might care a lot less than I do. But you've seen it at night now, as have I. And this definitely will let everybody in your vicinity know, hey, here I am, because of the massive fireball that it creates when firing at night. So take that with a grain of salt. I don't have a suppressor on here. We're not firing under night vision or with thermal. So there's only so much that we can show just based off of filming at night. But I feel like the evidence speaks for itself. This is a great suppressor host. There's a reason Rearden has a cult following. I might not be able to speak to it personally just yet, but they do have a cult following. That says something. Final thought for you guys. Drink of choice today is some Devil's Brigade whiskey from Willie's Distillery up in Ennis, Montana, my hometown. It is a blend of Canadian and American style whiskeys. Fantastic. I think it comes in around 90 proof. Highly recommend it. If you guys ever are up in the southwest Montana area, definitely make a pit stop over by Willie's Distillery and try them out. You won't regret it. Their Bighorn bourbon is great, but Devil's Brigade is my jam. It's easily one of my top 5 sipping whiskeys. But that is all I've got for you guys today. Like, comment, subscribe. Come back next week as we're going to keep putting out great content for you guys to just eat up. And from us here at Booth Customs, happy shooting. This is so corny.